Alright. Again, we have that mess. Square both sides. That'll be 2 minus 7n. Oh boy. I'm squaring this. That's going to be positive 4. Bring down a negative. It's going to be 2 times negative 2 times square root of 2 minus 9. So it ends up being minus negative 4. Well, minus and negative makes it positive, so it's plus 4. Square root of 2 minus n. Square last term plus 2 minus n. Okay. Hopefully you know where that came from. You can go back to prop number 23 and check it out. Okay. Assuming I didn't make a mistake. Well, if I made a mistake, don't worry. I'll go back and erase it and redo the whole problem. So, all right. We move everything to the left to get it away from this radical. So, no. So that's going to be 4 plus 2 is 6. Subtract from 2, making it negative 4. Minus n, bring it over here. Makes it minus 6n. Okay. I'll let you pause and think about that for a minute. That was 4 plus 2 is 6. So I'm going to take the 6, move it to the left, to minus 6, giving me negative 4. I had a minus n. When I move it to the left, it's plus n. Negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. Okay. I'm tempted to divide by 4, but not going to happen. 4 doesn't go into 6. I could divide by 2, but I don't think that helps that much. So let's just take it here. So I'm going to square both sides again. I don't know why I'm writing it over, but there we go. Square that, and I get 16. Remember, it's usually bring down the sign, but I'm going to end up multiplying by a negative, so it's plus. So 2 times 4 times 6. 2 times 4 is 8, times 6 is 48. And then square that. Square the second term, rather. Square this. Square root of 4 is 16 times 2 minus n. Right? I'm squaring the 4 separately from the square root of 2 minus n. When I square the radical goes away. Alright. Let's simplify the right-hand side some. Okay. Is this as bad? I don't think so. Alright, let's move everything to the left. And I'm going to write it in the order that I prefer. Leading with the highest exponent. Okay. Now, let's move that over there. 48 plus 16 makes 64. Subtract the 32, make it a minus 16. Okay. This looks just as bad, doesn't it? Oh, it is just as bad. Alright. Well, I'm not going to pause the video. Let's see what happens this time. Alright, this time they got to subtract to make the factors are 36 times 16. Well, you know I don't like multiplying those big numbers. So I'm just going to take a look at 16 and 36. 36 and 16. See what happens. So 6 and 6. And I want to end up subtracting, so I want to go 1 and 16. Is that going to be enough? 16 times 6 is 96. And subtract the 6? No, that's not enough. So what does that mean? Should we go 9 and 4? How about if we go 9 and 4? Sticking with 16 and 6. 16 times 9. Is that too big? What's 16 times 9? It's too big. Alright. Maybe we'll go back to 6 and 6 and change that to 2 and 8. Still not going to work. 6 times 8 is 48 and 12. Dagnabbit. Oh. I see something. Okay. Going back to 4 and 9. 1 and 16. I did 16 times 9, and you know what? I didn't bother to try the other combination. 16 times 4. 16 times 4 is still not big enough, is it? 16 times 4 is 32, 64, and 9. Oh, I was wrong. thought I saw something. I was wrong. How about 8? How about 8? 8 times 9 is 72. 4 times 2 is 8. Oh, there we go. I bet you guys saw that. Oh, sorry. Sorry it took me so long. Alright, so I'm going to go with, what am I going with? 72 and 8. So what are the factors of 36 times 16? 72 and 8. Okay. So, Lizzie rule, Lizzie's method. I'm going to do, which one do I want negative? I want 8 to be negative. Alright. So, plus 72 over the leading coefficient of 36. And minus 8 over 36. Do you hear that beeping sound? I'm cooking Cornish hen. I'm sure you wanted to know that. Okay. Reduce this puppy. What is that? 4 goes in the top and bottom. 2 over 9. So we got n plus 2, 9n minus 2. Oh my goodness. I should have reduced that. Should have divided that whole thing by 4. That would have made life so much easier. Because that's where that's coming from. Oh my goodness. Alright. So set that equal to 0. N plus 2 equals 0. 9n minus 2 equals 0. So n equals negative 2. N equals 2/9. Okay. Now we check our solutions. Let's see what we got. We're checking n equals negative 2 and n equals 2/9 in number 25. 2 minus 7n. Square root of 2 minus 7n. Negative 2 minus square root of 2 minus 7n. I gotta tell you, those negatives are making me a little leery. In fact, oh my goodness. There's no solution. I'm looking at this and thinking there's no solution right from the beginning. Why didn't I see that? Because I'm a dumb teacher. Right? If you take a negative out of that, that'd be 2 plus 2. I'm sorry. 2 plus 2. That. 2 plus square root of 2 minus 9. That's going to be a positive. That's a positive. But this negative is going to make the whole thing negative. And it's never going to equal a negative. Bah! But in the event you don't catch that, like I didn't catch it, we test it out. Plug in the negative 2. 2 minus 7 times negative 2 on the left. That's going to be square root of 2 plus 14, which is square root of 16, which is 4. And plug it into the right hand side. Remember, this is our, what we're plugging it in. Negative 2 minus 2 plus 2. Remember, it was minus and negative, so that's plus 2. Negative 2 minus 4. Negative 2 minus 2. Making it negative 4. No, they don't equal each other. But we knew that, didn't we? So we reject negative 2. Now I'll try it with 2/9. 2 minus 7 times 2/9. And negative. Let's try this out. What happens there? So 2 minus 14/9. 2 is 18/9. Can you read that? Good. So that's 4/9. So that's 2/3. Alright. That's left hand side. Right hand side. Negative 2 minus 2 minus 2/9. Again, it's 18/9 minus 2/9. What's that? 16/9? Oops. Why did I write that again? No good reason. 4/3. Well, look at that. Negative 2 minus 4/3. That's still going to be negative. I don't even have to work it out. It's not going to make a positive 2/3. We reject that one. Okay, there we go. That's number 25. No solution. All the solutions we got, we rejected. And I should have known better, but I didn't. Okay. Let's try 27. Let's see if we have any better luck this time. Ah! I got 2 radicals on one side. Don't put up with that. Move one of them over. I'm going to move the minus version over to the right. That's going to make it square root of 5p minus 5 minus 1 equals square root of 3p minus 2. Okay. Squaring that puppy. And we get 5p minus 5. I just put it in parentheses just to kind of keep it straight in my mind. No need for parentheses. Minus, remember we're squaring these. So 1 times, 2 times 1 times that. So 2 root 5p minus 5 plus 1. Square that, 3p minus 2. Alright, let's combine like terms here. 5p is okay. Minus 5 minus 4. Move the 5p minus 4 to the right. 3p minus 5p is negative 2p. Negative 2 plus 4 is plus 2. Let's divide by that negative 2. That's going to give me positive p minus 1. Alright, negative divided by negative gives me positive. Positive divided by negative gives me negative. Square both sides. Oh, this one looks like it's going to come out nicely. Square it. That's 5p minus 5. P squared minus 2p plus 1. Move it to the right. P squared minus 7p plus 6. Oh, an easy factoring problem. Minus 6 minus 1. There we go. Oh, I'm not done. P minus 6 equals 0. P minus 1 equals 0. P is 6 and P is 1. Wow. Alright. Let's see what we're looking at. Alright, so we need to go back and check to see if it fits in the original. Alright, let's plug it in. Negative 1, square root of 3 times 6 minus 2. Oops, minus 5 times 6 minus 5. Okay, our goal is to get a negative 1 out of that mess. So what's that? 18 minus 2 is 16. 30 minus 5 is 25. So that's 4 minus 5. Yes, it's negative 1. That worked. Okay. Plug in the 1. I'm running out of space. Oh, and you can't see that. But there you go. Negative 1 equals negative 1. Alright. I wonder how often I did that on these videos. That means I have to redo that. Okay. Square root of 3p minus 2 minus square root of 5p minus 5. I'm just copying the original problem so I don't get lost. Alright. Plug in 1 into that. 3 minus 2. 5 minus 5. That's square root of 1. That's 0. It is not equal. So that one didn't work. So our final answer is p equals 6, and we reject p equals 1. Woo! That's it. I think I'm done. But now I have to edit all these videos. Anyway, alright.